Alright, so taking a closer look here, and we got, team efficiency as the yellow side starting down south, their opponents, the Immortals, as the blue team starting up north.
Yep, and taking a quick look at the tank selection as expected. Efficiency going with 5 heavy tanks right there. I was not expecting anything else to come out from their team. Of course, 2 makes it these 2 IS-3s and 1 T-32.
Interesting enough, their opponents.
Yeah, their opponents. We were talking about how they should, adapt their tank picks according to who they're up against and what they pick. But I mean, this time around, they're actually sticking to what I guess they practiced with.
No, they got the same lineup as they did against UAD. Yeah. The exact same lineup.
It's the same lineup, but the fact is they're not against the same opponents.
No, they're not. Which is why, I'm really curious as to how they're gonna tackle the Immortal strategy.
Yeah.
Which is basically the Immortals. They're doing exactly what they did last time on Prokhorovka. They're really just rolling down the railroad with all their heavy tanks.
Yeah, and they're just gonna most likely just bully their way through
They
here.
will. They most definitely will.
They have stopped pushing here, and on the opposing side, team efficiency you can't see on your map right now, but they have also moved over to this eastern side of the map. They have a couple of those tanks up on the hilltop, whereas the other tanks are really right next to these Immortal tanks. And the thing is, if team efficiency gets into this engagement right now or in this current situation, then they're gonna be at a disadvantage just due to the fact that they're completely outgunned on that front. If efficiency wants to engage the Immortals, then they have to pick off, they have to use guerrilla warfare, they have to use hit and run tactics to where they're not taking too much damage and they're always dealing more damage than they receive.
Alright, meanwhile, Tanaka 61 with his 1390 drew first blood, taking out Heinz actually with his T1. So we've the vision denied to the eastern front, not too detrimental so far.
Yeah, so not a huge loss coming out from the Immortals, but of course a little bit of vision will be denied right there. And the Immortals, they are slowly creeping down more towards the southern edge. However, I mean, it's going to be, honestly, even though they have the heavier guns and they have a lot more armor and hit points, but I mean, just penetrating that defense from efficiency is still going to be quite hard, and they're actually just going to go straight for it here. Yeah, Savange taking so much damage right now, he has to be careful. Oh yeah, look at that. The high ground that that Team Efficiency has taken is really paying off right now. Gunhaven actually also taking so much damage, 70% health, and he goes down. So the first tier 8 will go down on Team Efficiency. They do trade though, so it is even still. Although, yeah, early on the Immortals did lose a T1, so a slight advantage going in favor for Team Efficiency. Yeah, and look at that. The series taking some more damage here. The other T1 gets taken out, so it's completely even right now. There's no tier point difference, but now there is. The Immortals losing one more tank over there. That is not good for them. I mean, efficiency, they are doing an awesome job of just completely using their mobility and the high ground and their positioning to just completely...
Iron Buzz is getting mangled by Comics. Comics is
from
unleashing.
3 different directions.
Yeah, exactly. And Comics finished him off, as well with his 1390. So this first set definitely going for Team Efficiency.
Yeah.
They completely neutralized the Immortals push, and look at that, PNL is once again surrounded. There's nothing he can do out there. He's just getting shot from 3 different places.
Oh my god.
The
Efficiency is using those AMX 13s to perfection. Honestly, when the set first started, I was predicting that the Immortals would have a pretty big advantage due to the fact that they had
They should have just kept on pushing down. They should never have stopped and let Team Efficiency organize themselves.
Yeah, that's what they should not have done. I mean, Efficiency, they had so much time to position up on the hilltop and around to get a really nice spread along the village.
Why would you even try to go to the eastern front when you know that the enemy tanks have taken the higher ground? I would have switched to the western field.
But they didn't know until it was too late.
Well, and one of their scouts went down really early on, so that should tell them, okay, somebody's up the hill. At this point, if I had been them, I would have switched to the western field.
See, but at the same time, think about it. If you're part of the Immortals, they have a much heavier setup, right? And compared to, it's like a medium and 2 light tanks that they have a slight advantage over, especially if it comes to those close quarter combat situations. And that's why they actually pushed in there, is because they thought they had the advantage. But the Immortals not the Immortals, Team Fish just positioning perfectly right there.
All right, so